Kari Lake, the Arizona Senate candidate for the Republican Party, who of course is the failed gubernatorial candidate that the Republicans put up back in 2022 in Arizona, went on Steve Bannon's podcast this week, even though Steve Bannon's not hosting because he is, in prison. But Kari Lake appears to have lost her mind, or if she hadn't previously already lost her mind after losing in 2022, she definitely has now lost her mind. Because according to Kari Lake, roughly 75 to 80% of the voters in Arizona apparently support her, which might actually be the most insane thing I've ever heard Kari Lake say, and that is saying a lot. But here is what Kari Lake told to War Room guest host Ben Harnwell this week. It's good to be on with the posse this morning. I've added Steve Bannon to my prayer list every day, and I know he's holding strong behind bars where he shouldn't be, but we're just praying for him. He's truly a hero of ours. And then starts talking about her own election. This state is so incredible, Ben. I don't know if you've been to Arizona, but it's just a very patriotic state. We're much more united as a country than the fake news is letting on. They have to have us fighting each other in order for their message to resonate. And once you realize that we're united, I believe 75-80% of the people are with us. Us, she said, referring to her campaign. 75-80% of the voters in Arizona are apparently backing Kari Lake in that Senate race, which is probably news to anybody who has seen any poll about this race since March, because every single poll, not a single outlier on the bunch, but every poll since March has shown Kari Lake getting clobbered by her Democratic opponent, Ruben Gallego. Gallego is running away with this race at this point because voters in the state are sick and tired of Kari Lake. They've been dealing with her nonstop since her failed gubernatorial bid. She's been sued for defamation. She ousted the leader of the state Republican Party by secretly recording conversations with him. So now the rest of the Republican Party doesn't trust her. They're worried she's recording them. She has burned the McCain drama and all that. She has burned every bridge in the state of Arizona, is lost every poll for the last 4 months, and is out there saying 75 to 80% of the people support us. I got everybody, right? I got a super majority of the state. She's lost her damn mind. This is crazy talk from a person who might genuinely be crazy, in my opinion. A normal person wouldn't say crap like that. She also wouldn't say crap like this, which she went on to say later in the interview. I have absolute faith that God placed us here for this moment. God placed Steve Bannon here for this moment. There's 2 issues with that, obviously. First of all, you're saying God placed you in a losing position. And then you're saying God put Steve Bannon in prison. Hell, if both of those things are true, then maybe I need to go back to church, right? If God is making Republicans lose and sending Republicans to prison, you know what? I could spend an hour of my Sunday down at the old Catholic church, right? I mean, that sounds like a God I could really get behind. Making Republicans lose, sending Republicans to jail. I like this version. Let's come out with a third testament of the Bible, one that just smacks down Republicans all the time. But of course, God did not do this. Steve Bannon's hubris landed him in prison, and your complete and total insanity is what's put you behind in all of these polls. But what Kari Lake is actually doing here, folks, because there is some seriousness to this story. She's going out there, she's putting it out there, the 75 to 80% of the people support us. So then when she loses the election, you're going to have all these MAGA freaks that love Kari Lake saying, well, wait a minute, she was ahead by 80. She was polling at 80%. How did she lose to the Democrat? Obviously, the election had to have been stolen. So her making this idiotic claim is not as crazy as it seems when you understand her motives. The motive is to convince people way ahead of the election that it's already being stolen from her. So that way, once again, when she loses in Arizona, she doesn't actually lose. It's just that everything was rigged against her, because God forbid Republicans ever admit that voters simply do not like them.
Hi everyone, this here is Little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.